Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Mariam Data Science Wali and I am a student at Yan School from Thaniwal campus in level 1. And today we are again doing a new interview with foreigner and today my guest name is Manny Benz and I hope you can like this interview and firstly hi, how are you?
I'm good, doing great. Such a pleasure to be here. And I'm excited to be on the podcast with you today to share some amazing information with your audience today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us and giving up precious time.
Sorry?
Thank you so much for giving up precious time and
Uh,
joining us.
no problem.
Okay, so we can start the questions. What challenges have you faced as a filmmaker in bringing stories of social change to a global audience?
Oh, that is a great question. I think some of the challenges I face, as a film director is obviously raising the capital to fund the films. I think is one of these challenges because obviously we're independent filmmakers, so when it comes to getting our budget for the film, we have to raise all of the capital. And it's my job as a director, filmmaker, entrepreneur, communicator to be able to share my vision and dream with the investors and with the people that are coming on board to do the film. You have to be able to motivate people. You have to be able to explain your message in a way that attracts other people, that gets people interested and exciting in what you do. I think that that's one of the first things. And then that comes with, not selling, but leading people to a path of agreement is why they should do a film with you, right? If you do a film with me, then I'm going to put your message in front of hundreds of thousands of people. You'll go from being invisible to wildly visible, which leads to more growth in your business. I think another challenge is, finding the right story to tell as well. You can have a topic such as, our film, The Cure, but how do you bring the story and the emotion out? I think that that's another kind of challenge as well. What angle are you going to take on the film? So I think those are two big challenges, Miriam, in making a film is getting the capital, but also figuring out what story and what angle you're going to take to invoke and get the emotion out of the audience that you want.
Okay, thank you so much for giving a precious answer. So, my next question is, can you share a defining movement in your career that shaped your vision for storytelling and social impact?
That's a good question. I think a defining moment in my life that shaped social impact. I mean, we could say from my last film, Fear, Face Everything, and Rise, which was a women's empowerment film. We had a story of a brave, amazing lady, Annie Koshi, as she shares the story of her life, getting into a bad marriage, facing cultural barriers, going back to India, getting into an abusive marriage, and escaping that to save her life and her freedom. And I feel like once we did that, so many people resonated with her message, Miriam. So many people were like, wow, this is what you went through. I had no idea. And she had the courage to speak her truth and speak her story. And once the impact when the audience is watching it, they're literally crying. I'm like, oh my god, like this is doing something. And because Mary, we had the courage to do this film, and she had the courage to share her story. The film has now won over 38 awards and accolades from film festivals all over the world. And we had no idea, Miriam, this film was such a small budget. We only had three actors. But yet, when you tell the right story, when you have something that you want to share and you're passionate about it, it's amazing how the world responds to you. So after we did the film, everybody was like so touched and inspired. So I just think of all those lives that continue to be inspired. And Marion, my new film, The Cure, an Inside Job, which shows people how they can heal themselves through natural and holistic health methods, is also amazing because I know that I'm healing and making people's lives better, making them happier, healthier human beings, giving them more knowledge so they can ask their doctors and physicians better questions, having the knowledge and tools so they can make better decisions for their health. I mean, this is a God's blessing, honestly, alhamdulillah. Honestly, I'm so grateful that I get to do this every single day and transform many lives around the world.
Okay, that's fantastic. So my next question is, what inspired you to become a filmmaker, and how did your journey lead to the creation of the Cure and Inside Job movie?
Miriam, such a great question. You're such a fantastic podcast host. Big round of applause for Miriam for doing this podcast. She's amazing. And thank you so much for having me on your show. You know what, Miriam? If somebody, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, you're amazing. So yeah, so imagine like if somebody told me, Manny, 10 years ago or even 8 years ago, you would be an award-winning film director and have multiple films playing at film festivals all over the world, Miriam, I would have said you're crazy. I said, no way. I guess what happens is that when you have a desire, God or something brings it through you. But how I got into filmmaking was I'm an author, so I've written 3 books. And from one of our books, Switch, which shows people how to look at their finances differently, me and my business partner were brainstorming ways we could get this message out to the world. And we said, oh, what about a documentary film? And I do acting, I do front of the camera stuff too. I said, okay, great, let's create this documentary. As soon as we created it, we brought it out to the world. I go, wow, this is so powerful. People get to see your message, see you in a high quality cinematic documentary film with effects, high quality footage, cinematic footage. And so that's when I started my company, the Rising Star Movie Experience, to help brand entrepreneurs through the power of film and to create social change on a global scale, because I only want to do films, Miriam, that are going to help lots of people around the world on big topics that are affecting lots of society. So that's my mission for starting my company. That's why I do what I do every day, to do films to inspire change in many people's lives, and film that is affecting many people's lives all over the world. If you look at health, how many people are affected with health right now? Everybody. If you said, Miriam, if I said, do you want better health? You're going to say, of course, right? So how it led me to the cure was I just finished Fear and I go, what's my next big project? COVID happened. I said, okay, let's talk about health, because after COVID, Marion, people were lost. People didn't know what to do. There's so much information out there, right? Even on TikTok, and say, what do you do about your health? Oh, I got to do this diet. I got to do this. I got to wash my hands 5 times a day. Oh, I got to wear my mat. Like, there's so much misinformation. Everybody was confused. So I go, okay, let me now talk about health. But then I go, okay, what if we prevent the disease in the first place? What if we learn to become healthy and vibrant so we don't have to see the doctor? We stay healthy, we stay vibrant so we can take care of our families, study hard for school. And my mom also, Miriam, healed herself through diabetes. Ladies and gentlemen, my mom was diagnosed with diabetes. And all the doctors were doing, Miriam, was prescribing her drugs. That's it. That wasn't helping her. It was just, it wasn't getting to the root cause. It was just masking the symptoms. And all they were doing, Miriam, was just every month, every year, they were just upping her dose. So what were they doing, Miriam? They were actually killing her, if you think about it, because all the drugs do is doesn't get to the root cause. So after she healed herself through diabetes using holistic and natural methods, I go, great. This is what I want to talk about, how people can heal themselves through natural and holistic methods. So I went on a journey to find the world's top practitioners in the areas of holistic health, Miriam, nutritionists, functional practitioners, primary care practitioners, energy healers, everybody who's in this natural health and wellness space, Miriam. I searched Canada, I searched Europe, I searched US. I found 11 of the world's top practitioners, Miriam, and I interviewed them all for 3.5, 4 hours. I downloaded all of their knowledge and wisdom on the topic of health and wellness, and I put it into a film called The Cure, an inside job, Marion, because we're always looking for external solutions. You are the cure you've been looking for. You are the solution you've been looking for. And so that's why I called it The Cure. And on December, I think it was 20th, we launched to the world. And this is how my global healing movement started, Miriam. And I'm excited. I'm happy because I have 10 of the world's top practitioners in the areas of health and wellness. We're going to make an impact. We just won. We just got award winner at Cannes World Film Festival. Cannes World Film Festival. We just won for best health film. This is the power. If you're listening to this right now, if you have something that you want to bring to the world, if you have a desire, if you have something inside of you that you want to express, do it, because the world is waiting for you. The world is waiting for you to bring something out of yourself and shine to the world, because so many people are looking for help, Miriam. So many people are looking for guidance, and they need you to become the leader for the world. So that's how I got into it. I'm excited for where this film is going. We're going to spread the message. I encourage you to watch this film at www.thecuredocumentaryfilm.com. It's a powerful film that's going to transform your life. We're going to give you secrets on how you can transform your health, what the current system is doing and how it can do it better, but also what are the all-encompassing aspects of health, Miriam? Because it's not just diet and nutrition. It's purpose, it's passion, everything about health we have put into this film. And it is so powerful that you will be transformed when you watch it. We've made it emotionally conveying, we've made it motivational, we made it inspiring. So my goal, Miriam, is to get this film out to as many people as possible.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, what is the central message of the cure and inside job, and why did you choose to tell this story?
Yeah, I think the title behind the cure is that, you are the cure for yourself. I think everybody puts all that, exports all that power to the doctors. Doctors are there to help you and guide you, but ultimately you have to be the one that takes your health into your own hands. Your doctor's not there to get you healthy. Your banker is not there to get you wealthy. Otherwise, we'd all be rich. So it's up to you to take your health in your own hands. Yes, your doctor can help you when you're sick, but what are you doing on a daily basis, Marion? What are you doing to take care of your health? What are you doing? Are you exercising? Are you eating healthy? What are you doing to take care of yourself to make sure that you are the most healthy, vibrant self? What are you thinking, Miriam? Because the thoughts that we think of on a daily basis can either make us sick or make us healthy. You are the cure you've been looking for. Stop looking externally. Start to do your own research. And why wouldn't you? You have YouTube, you have Google. You can have all the knowledge at your fingertips. It's up to you to take your health into your own hands and do your own research and knowledge so you can put yourself on top. Because right now, if you don't have any knowledge, you're going to go to the doctor and be like, oh, fix me, fix me, fix me. He may help you, or he may give you something that's in his best interest, not yours. So by giving yourself the right knowledge and equipping yourself with the right education, right? It comes down to education and knowledge. You're then able to ask better questions. So, for example, if somebody has a headache, well, okay, go to the doctor. I say, I have a headache. And he goes, oh, take this pill. But you're like, hold on. Well, is there anything else I could do naturally? And your doctor could be like, well, did you get enough sleep? Well, I'm only sleeping 4 hours a day and I only drink 1 glass of water a day. Okay, well, maybe try sleeping 6 or 7 hours and maybe having 2 liters of water a day. See if that helps, right? So you have to be in tune with your own body, Miriam. You have to be in tune with yourself to give you the right solutions for yourself. And that's why I called it the cure and inside job. Another reason, Miriam, is that our body has the ability to heal itself under the right conditions. If somebody cuts your finger, okay, and you put a band-aid on it and the next day, it's healed. What healed you? Was it the band-aid? No, it wasn't the plaster or the band-aid. That just covered the cut. It's the body that heals itself within the DNA to heal ourselves. And there's been people, Miriam, that have healed themselves from like major illnesses by following, some of the things that we share in the film, but also just by getting in tune with their body, by putting their body in the right environment and giving it the right nourishment, the right conditions for it to thrive. Because think about this, Miriam. Think about what we as human beings do to our bodies every day, right? Like badly, right? And it still comes through for us. People, they smoke in every day, they drink in every day, but they still get up and they're still good. This is the power of our body. So if you give it the right conditions, the right environment, it's going to thrive. So that's what we want people to know, is that you are the cure for yourself and you are the healer you have been looking for. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much for giving the answer. And my next question is, what was the biggest challenge in bringing the cure to life, both in terms of production and messaging?
Sorry, could you repeat the question? Oh,
Okay. So last question is what was the biggest challenge in bringing that cure to life, both in terms about production and messaging?
Yeah, I mean, I think the hardest thing was that like we had so much good content. We married. We had over 35 hours of footage from these practitioners. They have shared precious knowledge. So I think the hardest part was to figure out what should we put in because they said so much good information. And so we had to condense that into an hour and 38-minute film because obviously for feature film length, we didn't want to be too long. So an hour and a half. And I think that that was because they said such good stuff. It was choosing the best parts, which we did. And then also putting it into different segments as well, because they said so much good information. So breaking it down into topics and making it simple for the average person to understand, I think was the hardest. Because, each of them said amazing stuff. We had to cut through each practitioner so it made sense. And I think that that was probably the toughest part as well. But once we did that, we had our interview lock in. Your interview lock is once you have every participant like what to say in the film, then you can add your special effects and cinematic effects and music and color grading. But that was it. And then also before that, I think obviously getting these practitioners on board and bringing them on and finding them and qualifying them was hard as well. So, but you know what, Marion, we got it done. This was a 2-year vision. And people said, Manny, you couldn't do it. Don't do it. How are you going to do it? I doubted myself. But you know what? In the end, I got it done. And now it is out to the world. So this is just motivation for anybody listening right now. If you have something that you want to do, you have something you want to bring to the world, I'm telling you, you can do it. You just have to believe in yourself. You have to have such passion for what you're doing. And it has to be bigger than you, Marion. Like, I didn't do this film for my own selfish desires. Okay, yes, there's some personal gain from it. Okay, yes, it gets awards and stuff. But I wanted my highest level and principle to say, look, I'm helping transform hundreds of thousands of people's lives or millions of people's lives with this message and showing people how they can become happier, healthier human beings. That was first. Once you make it bigger than yourself and you have a vision to serve people and serve humanity, great things will happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, believe in yourself, have the courage, and you can do it. And if you need help, Miriam's here. I'm here to help you and guide you because we want you to win. We know that you are meant to be a success. It all starts here. Mindset, belief, take action. It's yours.
Okay, that's good. So my next question is how has the audience response to the cure and inside joke and what reactions have stood out to you the most?
That's a great question. So before we launched, Miriam, as a director, we do test screening, right, to test the audience. So we did a test screening on a private cruise ship for a special group of people. There's about 70 people. The responses were overall amazing. People love the film. They love the content. They love what we shared. Positive feedback. There was a couple of responses that felt that we could have gone more in depth, but we kept it high level and we wanted to keep it simple for the average person. We wanted to keep it simple because when you overcomplicate things, people don't understand it, they lose interest, right? Also, we never we didn't challenge the current system. We didn't put it down and we didn't speak badly about it. But in talking about holistic health, sometimes people can think that we're trying to put down the current system. No, 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 we're not. We love it. There's a part in the film where we acknowledge it. But I think as a director, just knowing like how the current system is set up, Miriam, I don't know where it is where you are in Pakistan, but in North America, it's very, very heavily pharmaceutically incentivized for these doctors to, prescribe drugs as a first option, to prescribe surgery because that's how they make the money, right? So of course, no fault to the doctors. If you're a doctor and you want to make money, of course, then you prescribe drugs, right? But what's the best outcome for the patient? And these patients, Miriam, see their doctor for like 10 minutes max. How is the doctor going to know you as a person, Miriam? How are they going to know everything about you if you only get 10 minutes with them? So we identify gaps in the system and what it could be doing better for sure. But yeah, overall, great, great response. People loved it. When we launched in December, we launched in about 7 different countries, and people loved it. The reviews were great. They say, I want to watch it again and again and again, because we took something and just made it simple, powerful, motivational. And we're giving people like tips and tools that they can do to like be happier and healthier and thrive, right? And do it holistically, so there's no side effects, right? So with drugs, there's a bunch of side effects. But if you follow the tips in the film that you're not going to get anywhere else, you're going to get gems that are going to inspire you and motivate you and make you become healthier and happier. And, it's a direct call to action. When we talk about health, it's serious. So we didn't want to like sugarcoat it. We didn't want to make it nice. It's a direct call to action. That's why I had all of the actors stare directly at the camera, because we wanted them speaking to you. We wanted them addressing you. And that's why I made them stare at the camera, Miriam. And it's a direct call to action saying, wake up, take charge of your health. Wake up, wake up, wake up, because it's so easy for us to slip into bad patterns, to slip into things, right? So that's what we did. But yeah, the response has been great so far, and I'm excited to see where this film is going to go. Please go check it out at www.thecuredocumentaryfilm.com. Share it with your audience. Share it with everybody, because we want everybody to see this in Pakistan, everywhere. Because our people, right? When it comes, I know in this country, in India, Pakistan, you guys love certain foods and stuff, but this film is going to wake you up. So go check out the film, thecuredocumentaryfilm.com.
Okay, that's good. So my next question is, how did you conduct research for this film, and were there any surprising discoveries along the way?
Oh, that's Miriam. You are the best podcast interviewer ever. Thank you so much for asking that question. Yeah, I think what was my research was literally. So I did a little bit of research, but I attended lots of workshops and seminars on this topic. And then it was just into Miriam. So before I chose my 10 practitioners, I had about 100 meetings with different holistic doctors and practitioners from all over the world. Can you, Miriam, 100, over 100 meetings. That was my research. Each practitioner who I interviewed told me a little bit of different thing about health. And as a director, I put it in my brain, wrote it down, did some research. And then also learning from these practitioners as well was amazing. These practitioners are some of the best in the world at what they do. They are passionate about helping people in health and wellness. They're on the ground every day, helping people heal, helping people live better, healthier lives, yet nobody knows who they are. That's why I wanted to bring them in the film. But yeah, that was my research, literally just speaking to hundreds of different practitioners on the topic, attending seminars, whereby as a director, I'm able to get my knowledge and research and get more information on it. So that's kind of what we did, Miriam. And then, I don't want to consider myself an expert. I'm not an expert by any means, but I've got a lot more knowledge than I did before, and I feel like it impacted my life because it made me look at things in my life in a different way when it comes to health. So yeah, I think it's just the years of like research and meetings and meeting these practitioners who just gave me so much. I encourage you to check out the film, because these practitioners share amazing information that you can't get anywhere else. They're going to show you the secrets on how to get your health to a whole new level, what supplements, what herbs, how to nourish your body, how to find your purpose, all of the encompassing aspects of health we've put in this film. And I encourage you to check it out right now. We're debunking some of the myths about health, how you can help become a healthier, thriving human being. So go right now to www.thecuredocumentaryfilm.com. Check out the film. I think Miriam's going to post it, right? Miriam, you're going to post it, the link where they can see it? You're going to post the link?
Okay. And my next question is, what has been the most unexpected lesson you learned in your career?
Yeah, before that, just my Miriam didn't share. I just want to confirm that it's www.thecuredocumentaryfilm.com. What's the biggest lesson that I learned as a filmmaker? It's a great question. That's such a great question. I've got it. It's here. It's here. The facts don't count if your opinion is right. So The facts don't matter if you want something bad enough. If you want to create something bad enough in your life, it doesn't matter what's going on the outside. It doesn't matter about the opinions of other people. If you have a desire to create something, don't listen to other people's opinions are not facts. So follow your own gut, follow your own heart, follow your soul, and nothing is impossible if you have a strong vision and a strong mission and a strong purpose.
Okay, so my next question is, if your professional journey were made into a movie, what would the title be?
Oh man, that's a good one. That's a good one. I mean, dang, I would say like thrive, you know? Or you are the director of your life. That's it. You are the director, you are the creator. We're writing a script every day, Mariam. I don't just write scripts for films. I write scripts for my life. Every day that you're living on this planet, Mariam, you're writing a script. You get to direct your life like a movie. You get to decide if you want to be the main character or if you want to be a supporting role. You get to decide if you want your movie to be a horror movie, an adventurous movie, an exciting movie, a drama movie, like everybody watching these programs on TV. I know you guys do that in Pakistan. If you want it to be a happy movie, you get to be in control of how you want your movie to be. You get to write it. You get to be the director. You get to be the producer. You get to be the script writer. So, how do you want to direct your movie? Take a pen right now and write out how you want your movie to be. My movie would be called You Are the Director of Your Life because you really are directing your life every single day. You're either directing it to where you want or unconsciously you're letting it go to what you don't want based on fear, based on other people's opinions. So stick to your truth, believe in yourself, and you can do great things. Don't listen to anybody else out there. What's in your heart? What's in your soul? And by God's grace, He'll give it to you.
I think. Okay, so my next question is, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I see myself, man, I see myself doing so many great things. I see myself serving humanity at the highest level. My voice, my messages are inspiring millions of people's lives all over the world. You know, I've reached a state where I'm just transforming so many lives around the world. I'm happy, I'm healthy, my business is thriving. And most of all, I'm living up to the potential that I think God wants me to do. You know, we're here to do God's work, right? God who created us, we're here to create. We're here to create better things for humanity, for our fellow human beings. And I just feel like I'll be serving humanity at a higher level. I'll have more influence, more financial gains, and just yeah, just have more of an impact on this planet, Miriam, and you know, make my mark on the planet. That's what I'm here to do, and to motivate people and inspire people like I'm doing to you right now.
Okay, so my next question is, what's the next for the Rising Star movie experience, and there any upcoming projects we should be excited about?
Miriam, you are the best podcast host ever. Yeah, so I have a new mental health film being released this year. I just released a health film in December, and our goal is by the end of this year, Miriam, to have a new film on mental health because that is the next crisis I want to solve is the mental health crisis around the world. How people can solve and heal themselves through anxiety, depression, all that stuff. So that is our next project. Stay tuned because the mental health movement has just begun, and that's the film that we're releasing at the end of the year, man.
Okay, so my next question is, what was the creative process like for the Cure and Inside Job from concept to final production.
Yeah, I mean, I think the creative process was to just find these practitioners, ask them a bunch of questions in their healing modality, figure out what kinds of practitioners we wanted. We didn't want everybody in the same industry. We wanted people in different industries. So primary care, like we wanted one actual doctor, we wanted nutritionists, we wanted functional medicine practitioners, we wanted energy healers, we wanted Reiki masters. So we wanted everybody in various industries of the health space. And it was just formulating a series of skilled questions that were able to bring out the answers from them that we wanted and to get them to share their stories about health and wellness and what they knew. And it was interview style. So we just interviewed them, Miriam, for 3 hours, asked them different questions, challenged them, challenged their thinking. Sometimes I had to ask them uncomfortable questions just to stir them up a bit to get them, the response that we want. And then after that, yeah, we created a shot list of what kind of B-roll footage we wanted and the visual effects. We had a farmer on board, so we wanted to go to the farm and film and do everything. And then a couple of practitioners shared their own personal stories, so we did like reenactment footage of their personal trauma stories. Like one of them had a severe illness, and how they healed from it. Another person also had some cardiac arrest as well. So we filmed that as well. So there's a lot that goes into a film. But the main thing was the interviews. And yeah, it was a journey, Miriam. It was a 2 year journey, but I'm glad it's here now. So I'm happy, grateful. Guys, please check out www.thecuredocumentaryfilm.com. Go check out our film, please. You're going to love it. Share it with your friends. Watch it with your family, because you guys are going to get the secrets to healing, and you're going to be able to live a healthier, more vibrant life. And who doesn't want that? Go check it out.
Okay, that's nice. So my next question is, what are your famous movies? Tell me about it.
Sorry, what are the famous movies that what?
Yes.
What are what? Sorry? What's the question?
What are your famous movies? Tell me about it.
Like the ones that I made or the ones that I like? The ones that I made?
You can like it.
Okay. So, in terms of films that I created, I mean, we got to look at my first film that I starred in and helped produce was Break Free, which was telling people how to take a different path for their finances and showed what wealthy people do with their money. I think it was interesting because financial education is not taught in school. Wasn't taught in school. You can go to some of the best universities in the world, Harvard, Stanford. They don't teach you about money. So we wanted to talk about that and look at what wealthy people do with their money. That was very interesting. That taught me a lot about kind of what society is doing compared to the minority. So that was really cool. And then we did Fear, which is a women's empowerment film. And then The Cure, an Inside Job, which shows people how you can heal yourself through natural and holistic methods. This film, The Cure, is just so amazing. And I'm so grateful that we did it. Um, these practitioners did amazing. I have to give a big shout out to them for coming on board, sharing their message. Some of them had to be vulnerable. Some of them were not maybe ready for film, but we coached them, we helped them, and I know that their message is going to inspire literally hundreds of thousands of people's lives around the world. So big shout out to them, and I wish that everybody could watch The Cure, because they're going to be inspired, motivated, and they're going to get tips and tools to create a happier, healthier version of themselves. So who doesn't want that? So go check out the film, www.thecuredocumentaryfilm.com, Mary. Let's wrap it up now. Let's wrap it up.
Okay. So my next question is, what kinematic techniques did you use in the cure to emotionally connect with the audience?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
What kinematic techniques did you use in the cure to emotionally connect with the
Okay.
audience?
Okay, Miriam, this is our last question, okay, because I have to run to another meeting. But yeah, I think the interview style we used was interview style documentary. So formulate a list of questions for them based on their healing modality, asked about what they did, and then we had a series of questions we wanted answered about health. What is holistic health? How do people heal holistic health? Why is it not spoke about in mainstream society? So we had a bunch of general questions about the topic. Also, what could the current system do better to improve? And then we had specific questions based on their unique healing modality. So if someone was a nutritionist, so what do you do as a nutritionist? Or what foods do you think are more nourishing for the body? Or if somebody was an energy healer, we would say, so what is Reiki? Because maybe nobody knows what Reiki is. What is Reiki? How has it helped you and your clients? So things like that. Yeah. Okay, Miriam, I'm done. Okay, I have to run, but thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you so much. Uh, so my last question is, do you
Mustard.
have any advice for my viewers? So tell me,
So do I have what?
do you have any advice for my viewers? So tell me.
I mean, I don't know who your viewership is, but I feel that you are people who want to do better in their lives. So I would say that you need to do something big. We're only here for a short amount of time. You have to do something that is going to transform the world. You were born for greatness. Express your greatness, live great, dream big, do things that are going to help you and your fellow human beings and make a big impact on this planet. That's what I got to end with.
Okay, thank you so much for giving your precious time and bye. Take care, Manny. And I can learn many things in this interview and your life journey and experience. So thank you so much again. So viewers, this is my interview with many brains, and I hope you are like this interview. And today is Thursday and date is 13 March 2025 and time is in Pakistan Standard 5:51 a.m. So bye, take care. We can meet any other interview with a new celebrity and guest. Bye,
Bye.
Pakistan Zindabad, Rehan School Zindabad. Thank you so much.